everyone. Welcome to eHave Indonesia 2020 Goes Online. This is Institution Webinar Series. My name is Anton Hilman. I'm going to be moderating this webinar. This webinar is going to be presented by the representative of Institut Vatel Bordeaux. Please stay tuned until the end of this webinar because after the presentation, we will hold a Q&A session. If you have any question about the presentation or anything related to the institution, you can submit your question in, in YouTube comment section anytime throughout the presentation. And now, please welcome Institut Vatel Bordeaux.
Good afternoon, everybody. I will share my screen with you. So I'm the representative of Vatel Bordeaux. Let me share the screen. And yes, and we offer courses in hospitality management. And you're going to see that actually, what I wanted to let you know, it's we are just talking about services when we're talking about hospitality management. And here, actually, there is much more scope to add. And this is what is actually important for you to know. So we are talking usually right now with the COVID hospitality, it's a very scary path because you're asking yourself if we will be able actually to find a job and to find some career path. I'm going to tell you that actually instead of being scared, you should be very, very excited because a lot of new job opportunity are coming. When we are talking about hygiene, we're talking security without contact payment or the new way of welcoming guests, I will tell you that actually you will be able to create the job of tomorrow. But before talking about tomorrow, now let's have a look of the career that you can have when you're talking about hospitality. So as I told you, usually the people know about hospitality because you're going into an hotel. So you're going to see the front office. You're going to see your housekeeping because there's going to be the people who's going to clean your room. And when you're talking about restaurant, you know about the kitchen, the chef, but also the waiter because they want to attend to your needs. You also can go into catering, into wedding planner. You can go into managing position, of course. And here we are talking, you know, since we are a business school also, everything related to human resources, marketing position, taxation, finance, accounting. So these are the normal jobs that we are talking about. Now, if you're a little bit much more adventurous, and if you don't want to go into F&B, sommelier, and entrepreneurial because you don't want to open your own hotel, your own guest house, or your own cafe and restaurant, you can go into something much more like event planning, social media, promotion, even journalism related to the food or to the wine or to the luxury industry. You can also go really deep out of the box by going into PR and talking import-export. So you see already, when we're talking hospitality, it's not just services, but a lot of scope. Now, there is also, because Vatel Bordeaux, I'm going to tell you later, we have a specialization in wine and spirit. So we have all the career related to the wine and all the alcohol that you can know. Of course, you are talking about sommelier because you know usually about pouring the wine, but there is much more to that. There is the scientific aspect, there is the storytelling. So you can work for a media, you can work for a brand, do import-export. You can so be a mixologist, meaning learning how to do cocktails and work for an hotel or open something on your own. Import-export, again, for me, it's very important, especially when you're from Indonesia, you have access to Asia. So for me, this actually is very full of potential. We're talking supply chain, wine business and wine tourism. And of course, I told you about the content and the journalism. Now, what about the new career? So since now this is a new way because everybody has been pretty much at ease with the new technology and new way of dealing with the situation due to the COVID, we are talking about AI. We are talking about data. Why? Because you want to know much better your customers. So in this case, data will be able to help you. Of course, we are talking robotics. Before it was trendy, you know, you were going to Japan, you were going to South Korea, and here there were some robots who going to go into your room for the room service. You were taking a picture, it was an Instagram moment, but that's it. Now, with the COVID and this pandemic, we are talking about using robots for cleaning the bathroom, for cleaning the swimming pool, or even Accor is actually already have a waiter who's help you and who are robots. So you see right now, robotics very important also. We are talking about sustainability, blockchain, supply chain, and sustainability for you who coming from Asia are very important. Why? Because if you decide to open a restaurant or an hotel, you want to be aware of do you consume local, the waste management, the food management, the water scarcity. So you're already thinking about related to the food, but the sustainability in the material that you're going to use to build your hotel. Will you use bamboo? Will you pay attention, to the design for the flow to go well inside of the hotel? So you see, sustainable is very important because you want to change the way you consume. We are talking also about coming back to the roots. So maybe offering a tourism who will be based on experiments much more than in luxury hotel. We are talking also innovation, creation, and that's why it's very important because maybe the people who were previously doing engineering, doing IT, computer science, were not talking about thinking about hospitality as a career. Why? Because they were thinking only about services again. Now it can be like an hackathon. Every students can come together, work on something together. And again, this is the creation, the innovation of the job of tomorrow. So right now there is a lot of scope, a lot of job based on your personality, based on the fact that you're introvert or extrovert. But remember, you also will have the key and will be actor of the job of tomorrow, which is actually one of the only industry who will be able to give you those kind of importance rule for the future. Now, why coming to Vatel? So Vatel, it's the first hospitality group in the world in terms of campuses. We have 55 campuses in 32 countries. We are very well implemented in Asia, unfortunately not yet in Indonesia, but why not in the future? You're coming also in the Vatel group. Why? For our alumni. You're coming into a business school and it's important to think about your network. This is why you're coming. You're coming for the fact that we have a lot of professionals who know the quality of what we are doing. And those alumni, we are talking of people who already have director of hotel like in the Pullman in Vietnam, or one who are working for the Sofitel or either at the Hilton. You're coming from those kind of people. Now, why coming to Bordeaux? So Bordeaux, we are 2 hours from Paris. It's actually much more, I will say, family-oriented, much more international also because we are close to Spain. We are UNESCO Worldwide Heritage, but we are especially well known for the wine industry because we are the worldwide capital of the wine. So here we are attracting, Chinese, we are talking about American people who are coming. So we have an international airport and you're 2 hours by train from Paris, but 1 hour by plane, 1.5 hours from London, from Madrid, from Barcelona, from Germany. So very, very well located when we are talking about this industry. And again, family oriented, so it's much better if you coming and you don't know anything about French language. Vatel Bordeaux, so 2 campuses, one for the bachelor, one for the MBA. The one for the MBA also have an hotel and a restaurant where you're going to be able to do your practice. I will talk about that just after. We have an eco-label, meaning that I told you it's very important to do the sustainable work as a professional, but also as a student. You need to be aware of that. So no plastic, we recycle paper, and even inside of the kitchen, because as I told you, we have a restaurant. The chef is using a urban garden that we have on the rooftop to be able to serve some herbs, some products to the customers, and we're talking local also. We have a lot of workshop and a lot of visits. You're visiting the city, you're also visiting the vineyard, you're talking about the most important hotel and restaurant. And for you to know, it's important, all our teachers are professional in activities, 98% of them. So it's very important because you're really talking to people who know what's there in the market and who prepare you very well. We also have a BDE, so everything related to student activity. If you're talking about sport, rugby, wine tasting, parties, those kind of stuff. So, and tutoring also and mentoring, which is very important. So there is the academic part and there is also the extra activities that you can have. For example, right now we are in lockdown, so the online courses are, we are talking about podcasts, we are talking about YouTube channel, we are talking about concrete cases, but we also talking about, you know, reaching to the students when they are at home, doing some blind tests on Facebook, being able to have a Zoom coffee, being able to give some Pilates classes, yoga classes, and even, you know, those kind of sophrology classes when you're learning to deal with your stress. So it's important what is happening inside of the classroom, but also outside, how we are welcoming the international students. And what we're offering, so we're offering a bachelor in 3 years, very operational. You're starting with high school, so you need to graduate 12th grade. And here, so you're going 2 weeks at school, 2 weeks practice, and you have an internship 4 to 6 months each year. First year is going to be in France. First year also, you're going to learn about all the different aspects and learning by experimenting. You're taking responsibility from day one, and you're facing a real customers from day one. Very important also. So you're doing housekeeping, food and beverage, front office, because you need to learn the basic of this industry. The internship will be paid, which is very important when you're coming to France. It's up to 570 euros. So this is something important. You go into the second year. Second year, you know, it's going to be much more about going into the back office, learning about human resources, marketing, communication, social media, event management. Here you're really learning the ropes of what is happening behind the scene. And you can go into an internship again 4 to 6 months abroad. Last year, so gradually, you know, you're becoming a professional. So here you specialize yourself. You either decided that you have a project that you want to see if it's going to work on the market. And here you're becoming an entrepreneur, and you have the teachers, the professional who's going to help you to see if yes or no at the end of your bachelor, you can decide to jump and build your own company. You can also decide to specialize in revenue management, event management, or like I'm going to tell you later, wine and spirit, because it's what we're going to offer at the MBA level. So here, what is very important, yes, we're offering courses in hospitality management, but we are in business school. So the most important for you is going to be the management part. So marketing, human resources, finance. We are talking business school, we are talking business. This is what's going to be important. And after that, we are talking about courses on hospitality, tourism, no-tourism, nutrition, hygiene, self-image. But those are additional. What is very important is the business school part. So you're entering the bachelor with either 100% courses in French or 100% courses in English. If you're speaking English, you're going to have French mandatory, because we want you, you know, to be able to enjoy the French way of life. Plus, you will be able to speak another language, can be Spanish, can be German, if you already have German courses. And here, again, you're entering after that, whatever you want. If you want to stop, you're stopping at the bachelor, or if you want to pursue, we offer 2 options. You can go for hospitality management for 18 months with 6 months professional training. And it is recognized by the state. It means that after this MBA, you can go and stay back for 1 year to find a job. So this is very important also. Here at this level, you already see that you were operational during the bachelor. So now here you're going deeper into the strategical aspect. You being trained to become a director, to take responsibility, to take charge, to open something on your own. So again, entrepreneurship, strategical aspect, business, business, business. Where actually we are making a difference. It's, as I told you, Bordeaux, it's the world wine capital of the wine. So it's very, very important to come and to decide to specialize in the wine industry. I told you, a lot of scope, especially for students coming from Asia. Here, we're also offering the same courses, meaning that you're going to have law, you're going to have import export, you're going to talk about the supply chain, the marketing aspect of the wine. But also, we are preparing you to the WSCT level 2 and level 3. It means that at this stage, you're becoming very wine expert and a spirit expert also. So very important at this level to come to Bordeaux. Why? 26 years of experience. It means that in this industry, we are basically the first one and the best one. Why? Because if you're talking about California wine, the roots come from Bordeaux. If you're talking from New Zealand, Australia, Everything's come from Bordeaux. So actually coming to Bordeaux is the best way to learn about the wine industry. Here, how do we enter the MBA? So there is different aspect. You can have a diploma in 2 years, culinary art, or something completely different. And here you tell me, okay, how can I enter the MBA? Foundation year. You have 1 year prior to the MBA to be able to learn the management part, also to experiment a little bit, and then you're entering the MBA. At the end, with this kind of session, you are graduating for the MBA, plus you have the bachelor. Now you already have a bachelor. Can be a bachelor from hospitality, can be a bachelor for tourism, but also from business administration, become law. In this case, you're entering directly to the MBA. Now, what happens if you want to change path? You're coming for computer science, languages, history, psychology, no problem. 10 weeks courses prior to the MBA when you're learning about the management aspect, and here you're able to enter our MBA. So you see, we have a solution based on your study. This is why it's very important to talk about your background. How are we helping you? So we're helping you to come to France if you're not a UE member. So in this case, we're helping you with the visa process. We're also helping you for the scholarship, because at the MBA level, the French government is offering some scholarship. So we're helping you to apply and to be able to give some information to you. We also helping you on all the administrative part when you're coming to France. How to take a reduction on your accommodation. We're helping you on the accommodation. We're also helping you to have some reduction. We're helping you because I was telling you about the internship and the practice. We have an office who's dedicated 100% placement. It was the numbers before COVID, but right now the students who were facing the lockdown still were able to this year find a placement. So we're talking about personal connection from Vatel Bordeaux, also from the Vatel network, again, because we have those network who's very important. And then we're talking about the profession, sending us some job offers. So very important to have this network and to be able to rely on the best brand in this industry. As I say, we're helping you also for open a bank account, open a telephone line. So all the small details to make you feel welcome and very well at ease when you're in France. We also helping you with an orientation day, because it's not just about, the paperwork and everything. You don't know anybody. You usually coming from a foreign country and in a strange place. So here, the orientation day, it's actually very important to make friends, to know your classmate. But outside the school, as I told you, Bordeaux, it's very, very international, multicultural. You have a lot of bars who helping you to actually connect. So you have one day when all the foreigners can come, and you're meeting also students from the other schools, university, business school, who like you are not speaking French. And it's actually a nice way to learn and to be able to train your knowledge in English. Let's say that you have French students who wants to improve their English, it's a win-win situation. And also, what is very important at this stage, when you're entering the hospitality industry, you can actually work part-time up to 20 hours per week. And in this case, what is happening? So it's not something that we're going to be thrown you upon. It's going to be something very important for your adding experience on your resume. So here, for us, decide to work in an hotel or in a restaurant, or just make extra for a catering event, very important. And we encourage you to do those kind of things. Now, how do you apply? You apply online. So it's very easy. It's a process. You send, you go and you check, and you're giving me your free last year of the grades, your last degree, which is important, the one who are passing their degree, like for example, the high schooler. In this case, we are waiting for the last degree, but we can start the application process in advance. We will ask for the students who will want 100% course in French, a DELF B2. Now for the ones who are coming for the English session, we're asking for an IELTS 5.5 At the bachelor level, MBA 6.0. Usually, let's say that this international class, you have 52 different nationality inside of Bordeaux, the school of Vatel Bordeaux. So you will not have one class of just Chinese or Indian. You will have a mixity because it's what we want you to experiment. And here, all the people will have probably an average of 7, 7.5 at the IELTS for the international class, which is very important also. You will not have French English speaker like me. You're gonna have actually a teacher from the Netherlands, from New Zealand, from Australia, from UK, from America. So you will know that actually the level will be very good. We also is going to be very important. So we check the grade, the passport, and everything. The grade, why? Because we want to see if you have some trouble. Doesn't mean that if you have some trouble in high school that you cannot become a very, very, I will say, successful professional. It just said that here you have some trouble. Let's see if with the alternance of practical plus theoretical knowledge, maybe you're going to open up yourself and bloom. So this is what is important. So we are looking, of course, what's going to be important. If you're not attending school, this is a red flag. But if you have some trouble, it can happen. Maybe you're not good in math, but you're good in language. So again, what's going to be important? You're going to have an interview, half an hour for the bachelor level, 45 minutes for the MBA. At the bachelor level, we can still, during the interview, try to give you some advice, be able to give you some guidance. Let's take an example. You're going to tell me, Lucy, I want to become a pastry chef. And here, my question will be, do you want to open your own bakery, your own restaurant? And in this case, we're talking about coming to Vatel Bordeaux because this is what's going to train you to open something on your own. Or do you want to just learn to cook and to be a chef? And in this case, let me tell you, there is very good school, and here I'm going to direct you to those schools. So that's why it's very important during the interview to be honest. I don't want you to prepare or to be scared, because actually it's a chat when we're going to see if we are fit to make you grow and become a good professional, and if it's not the case, to direct you elsewhere. Now, the same interview at the MBA level will be much more complicated. Why? Because here I'm expecting actually to have already a professional. So I don't want to hear, I want to do an MBA. Yes, you're here to do the interview. I don't want either to hear when I'm asking you, what's your project? Oh, I want to find a job. Yes, that's the purpose of coming into higher education. What I want to learn, it's I want to open something on my own. I want to become a general manager. I want to go into human resources. I want, or maybe I don't know yet, but you see, I want to have some basic knowledge of who you are, what exactly you want to do, and why you're entering this level of study, because you know that it's going to be good for your career. But is it for a better salary? It is because you really want to have more knowledge and more to become a good director, and after that, a good entrepreneur. So these are those kind of conversation that we're going to have. Then there is an entrance exam. An entrance exam when you're going to have a motivation letter that you need to write up, whatever is for the bachelor or for the MBA. For the MBA, I will add a resume, because here I'm expecting that you will have some professional experience, or at least some part-time job. And again, you're going to have an entrance exam. Entrance exam, it's going to be general knowledge, analytics, personality question, and English or French if you decided to do the test in French. Here, basically, it's a test. So you can fail, you cannot fail. But it's going to be the overall situation that we're going to take care and that we're going to look at. Again, if there is something going wrong, we're going to talk to you and going to say, okay, maybe you're not fit for the school for this reason. We're giving you feedback. And you have an answer, if yes or no, you've been accepted to the school 24 to 48 hours after taking the test. So it's a very, very fast process. After that, when you succeed and you've been admitted, here we are talking about the deposit, because after you have a deposit, which is for everybody the same, it's 3,350. So this is the first deposit for us to be able to start the accommodation process. Bordeaux, it's a very active city, and you will have a lot of students. So we are working with all the residencies in Bordeaux, but you need to be able to apply in advance. Why? Because if you're waiting for July, here I will not guarantee the accommodation after the end of April. That's why if you apply before, we're gonna help you. After that, it's gonna be based on what can happen. So we're working with all the residency. It's important also to know that it's a lady who's doing that. So she visit every not apartment, but agencies and residency, and she's giving you feedback. Here it's close to this market. You're gonna have the transportation nearby. It's okay to go out at night for a lady. Here it's probably better for a man. So you see, those are feedbacks who are very important when you're a foreigner. We're helping you also for the visa process. That's why we're asking you to apply in advance. The deadline for the application will be the end of April. Of course, we can still look at May, June, but again, for the accommodation, we are stopping end of April. Now for the MBA, which is very important, there is a scholarship who called the FL scholarship. The deadline will be first week of January. So if you really want to apply, you have to pass by the school. We have to motivate you later, and you have to be accepted first. So here we're going to close because end of December, those are the Christmas vacation. So mid-December, we are stopping taking application. Why? Because you still need to pass the entrance exam, and we need to see if you're gonna apply to the FL scholarship. So for the MBA, if you apply before mid-December, it's much better. We can help you with the scholarship. For the other students, can go after. For the all the students, especially the high schooler, take the entrance exam when you're on vacation. Why? Because you're going to be free, you're going to be at ease with yourself, and you're going to not have pressure. If it's February, March, here you're passing your exam already, or you having the pressure of the good results. So here, why add extra pressure to something which should be actually well and nice? So again, when you have time, it's the best time to apply. We already started the application, so whenever you want, it's good. Now, you see me today during the webinar, but you still have questions or you don't know. Never be shy of asking us for a Zoom or presentation. Here we're going to be able to actually answer all your questions, and then you can take the entrance exam to see if it's what you really want to do. Don't forget also for all the school to go to the open days or to do some virtual tour of the school to have a better understanding of what is happening. Now, what is going to be important, it's where you can and how you can be in touch with us. So here you have the main email address, or you can email Campus France, get in touch with Anton, and directly go into Vatel Bordeaux to get the information on the application and everything. You can also follow us under social media. And next time I see you, I hope it's going to be to answer all your questions. Now, if you have some, I will be ready to take your question. So it was very well to listen to me today, and thank you very much for your time.
All right. Thank you very much for your presentation, Lucy. Now we'll begin the Q&A session, and I will read the question from YouTube comment section. Okay. The first question, it goes, for Indonesian high school student, is it okay to apply with their national high school diploma?
Yes, what I want is a graduation. So that's why I was saying that they need to be 12th grader, because I will take into consideration that the fact that they need to be 18. But after that, the degree from Indonesia or another country, what is important is actually to graduate.
All right. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. The next question, it goes, what kind of the document should be prepared to apply to the university?
So it's gonna be the three last year of the grades. For the you're gonna have also the passport, a copy of the passport, a picture, and the last degree, plus the IELTS or the language certificate. Here it will depend. If you're passing your degree at the end of the year, you start the application and you're going to be accepted on the condition that you get your degree. So you see, you can still start, but after that, decide to do everything. Regarding to the paperwork, that's important also to give me a motivation later. For the MBA students here, I will add the resume and some work experience.
All right, thank you very much for the answer. For the MBA program, do students need to provide a recommendation letter from the workplace or the previous university?
It is important that you have some work experience, but I was saying some people will come from different background, from computer science, IT, and they may have work experience, but not related to the industry. Basically, here, yes, for the people who have some attestation or certificate from their previous employer or from the school, it's always a good thing for us to look at, and it's mean that actually the students are serious. Now, if you don't have, it must not be something who's gonna scare you. We actually have a professional training of 6 months during this MBA, so it's better to have some experience. But if you don't have, still have something that we will be able to look into when we're gonna do the interview.
All right, thank you very much.
Because it's gonna be the project who's gonna interest me.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. And we go to the next question, and it goes: do you have any fully funded scholarship, and how do I apply for it? Thank you.
So no, we don't have a fully funded scholarship. You have an early bird if you decide to apply before the end of December, which are actually the administration fee that you can get. And at the MBA level, not at the bachelor level, unfortunately, we helping you, as I told you, about the FS scholarship. We also helping you if there are other Indonesian scholarship that we are looking into. But those FS scholarship will not cover totally the school fees.
All right, thank you very much. The next question: if I want to take the international program, do I need to speak French?
No, you don't have to speak French because you will enter an international class. So it's going to be all the courses will be 100% in English, but you will have French as mandatory second language. Why? Because you will have to do some internship. As I told you, either they are in France or they're in abroad. And in this case, when they are in France, it's still good, for the experiments, for experimenting the way of life to be able to understand some French word and to be able to speak a little. So if before coming, you're taking some lesson at the Alliance Française, or if you're going online and if you're learning a little bit, that's good. If not, you will learn at school to speak French. Plus, there is an additional language, can be, as I say, Spanish or German. And after that, if you want a different language, it will be online that you will be able to actually learn about Italian or Chinese. In this case, it's not courses, it's online that you're able to do so.
All right, thank you very much. The next question: for program taught in English, what is the minimum of TOEFL or IELTS score?
So the IELTS for the bachelor will be 5.5. And for the MBA, it's 6.0. This is the minimum where we're talking about. But as I say, you're entering an international class with English-speaking people. Can be, people from the UK, from the US, Australia, Indian, and in this case, the level of English it's usually 7.5. At the bachelor level, I will say that same thing that at the MBA level, you will have some courses like law, like marketing, when actually you need to be able to understand the subtlety of the language. So that's why during the interview, even before you're passing your language certificate, we will already be able to tell you here the level is a little bit down, so you should be actually taking the time until coming to school to take additional courses. The same way for French people, for Indonesian who speak French, or for the Indonesian who wants to enter in English. We will evaluate immediately and we will tell you here it may be complicated. So take additional courses. But again, it's usually you already have a good level of English. So I'm not really worried when I'm talking about Indonesian students.
All right, thank you very much, Lucy. The next question it goes: how is the international student life in Bordeaux?
Very well, as I told you, it's very active because Bordeaux it's a students' city, and we have the particularity of being the worldwide capital of the wine, and we have the wine museum. So just near Bordeaux, you have a lot of castle of vineyard, and they are doing already import export with a lot of foreign companies. So we attract just for the wine industry a lot of tourists. Chinese, American, and the life is very lively. It means that sometimes you speak more in English, or the people, when you go to the bakery, to the bank, they are speaking more easily in English when in Paris. Because again, it's a very, the soft, the people are much more laid back. And in this case, they're taking time with foreign students, even when you're speaking French and you're having some trouble, or when you're speaking English, they're taking time to actually help you and to listen to what you have to say. So it's a very, very good city if you are a foreigner, because the people will make an effort, and you have a lot of students coming from different parts of the world. So inside of the school, but outside in Bordeaux, as I say, there are some bars when you can gather and meet up over foreign students. There are a lot of Facebook group when you're having activities in Bordeaux for young students, and we have the Students' Council who organize a lot of events for French, for international, and for both very nice. So it's actually a lot of extra activities for foreigners, so which is actually the way to test French, because it's through the gastronomy, through of course the luxury, but the student's life has to be also about the friendship and the network that you're gonna have and build.
All right, thank you very much. The next question it goes, "Hi, Madame Lucy. Can I have the information about the tuition fee for bachelor degree and information about the living costs in Bordeaux? Thank you."
So the tuition fee. So we are talking international students. For the bachelor, it will be 10,500 per year. And remember, as I told you, you have an internship each month who's paid 4 to 6 months. So in this case, we are talking 570 euros minimum per month. Regarding, so these are the tuition fees, 10,500 per year for 3 years. Plus you can make some extra money by working 20 hours per week. Plus you have the internship when you get some pocket money also. Now the living expense, let's say that the apartment, it's between 450 to 850. So again, the sooner you apply, the sooner you can get a cheap accommodation. Now, regarding the cost of living, basically, I will say 1,000, 1,200. It's for the accommodation plus the food, but it will depend of you. If you're cooking at home, and here you can make some reduction. Now, if you're going out every single day, that's the budgets will be different. But remember, we also helping you through the CAF, who are the reduction that you can get from the French government. And as a student, you have a lot of reduction from the transportation to the movie theater to students' life. So here you have also a lot of reduction. Now, since I've answered for the tuition fee for the the bachelor, at the MBA level, it's 18 months, and we are talking about 24,000 euro for 18 months. And again, during the 6 months of professional training, here you will be able to be paid, because it will be a paid internship.
All right, thank you, Lucy, for the answer. Next question, and it would be the last question for this webinar. And it goes, "Hi, Madam, I'm interested to take MBA. After graduation, is there any possibilities to find a job in Bordeaux or in France?" Thank you.
You have, after you graduate from any business school, university in France, you're going to have a stay back of 1 year. So during the stay back, of course, if you want to establish yourself in France and if you want to find a job, this is what we're going to encourage to be to do. But remember, with this kind of education, France can be an option, but you can also decide to have a project during your MBA, come back in Indonesia, do everything, I don't know, maybe go in Argentina or in Dubai. So, it's a very international aspect. You don't have to just stay back in France. You can actually broaden your horizon. And usually for the students, we encourage them to, at least for 2 to 5 years, to gain some experience and to go, 6 months In Las Vegas, it's 6 months. In Sri Lanka, in this case, you get also a better exposure, which is going to be good for your salary later.
All right. I guess that's the end of our Q&A session. Just a reminder that you can still connect with Lucy through the information given earlier. Thank you, Lucy, for your presentation.
You, it was lovely having you today, and thanks, Anton. Bye bye.
Ken, bye bye. Dear all, we would like to remind you that today is the last day of EHAB Indonesia 2020 event. Don't miss out to talk directly with the university representative through virtual fair. You can access it through our website event.ehab.id. Thank you for watching and see you in our next session.